Hello, and welcome back to the world of assassination and the trending contracts. And today's contract, 47, the Beast of Dartmoor, set in Dartmoor. And the contract ID is on the screen now for anyone who wishes to have a crack at it, and has been supplied to us today, courtesy of Plymouth's finest. So moving on to our briefing, and there isn't one, so we'll just say that our targets today have been very naughty and they need to be punished. And speaking of targets, today we have 5 of them with no stipulations on how we dispatch them or what we wear whilst we do so we have a free map. So for today's challenge, we'll be starting as the mansion staff. We're going to have a Seeker 1 stored up in the library, and we'll be bringing with us a lethal syringe and our silenced pistol. So right from the start and off the bat, we're going to quickly retrieve our Seeker 1. We're going to close the doors to the entrance hall balcony area, and if we look down over this balcony, we see our first target, Patrick Carlisle, and in a few moments Mr. Fernsby will enter into the room, and Patrick will position himself underneath this chandelier to make a phone call. And once he stops moving on the minimap, we can then drop the chandelier on top of him for our first elimination. So moving on, our next target is on this floor. He is a patrolling guard just to our right, and we're going to make our way around to the living room or communal room, whatever you want to call it, the balcony above that. There is our target. We're just going to wait for him to patrol back past us and over into this area, where he will then stop underneath this chandelier. So all we have to do is pull out our silenced pistol once again and drop that on him. So 2 targets down, 3 more to go, and for the next target we are going to require an item. So we're going to head downstairs and to the kitchens, trying to avoid Mr. Fernsby, the enforcer, down in the billiard room. So we're going to head straight over to the kitchen, and inside we will find, just by the counter, 1 propane cylinder, and over by the meat chopping table, a 2nd propane cylinder. So once we have our cylinder, we're going to make our way out into the rear garden area and around to the bridge exit, which is where we will encounter our next target, a patrolling guard. Although he's not actually patrolling, he's looking for a lost set of keys. So just by this small patch of slightly taller grass, we're going to place our propane cylinder. We're then going to use the shortcut ladder up to Mrs. Carlisle's brother's corpse room. There is a guard up here. We're going to have to deal with him rather quickly and quietly, but it's easy enough. We'll just sneak up behind him, render him unconscious. We are going to hide his body in the closet in the bedroom, as for some reason he will be spotted later on once all of the panic starts. So once we have him nicely deposited, we can make our way back out onto the balcony, and we can line up a shot with our propane cylinder. There are a couple of other patrolling guards in the area. They are just leaving, so we're just going to take a shot at the propane cylinder and cause it to leak. And then we're going to wait for our target to approach the area looking for his keys, and we can then detonate the cylinder. So 3 targets down, 2 more to go, and we are now going to return to the kitchen and retrieve the second propane cylinder. And we can't go in through the side door by the kitchen as there is an enforcer outside. So we're going to go in via the dining room window here, which will bring us nice and close to the kitchen. And we can then retrieve the second propane cylinder. And we're going to take this cylinder out the opposite side of the building to where the hearse is located. We're just going to go around the long way to avoid Mr. Fernsby, the enforcer butler. So once we've made it past him, we're going to head outside, and just by the SUV here, you see our target is just leaving. We're going to throw our propane cylinder just down by the left rear corner of the car there, and then we're going to make our way back inside and up the billiard room stairs. Again, there is another enforcer present, but he will not be a problem, and we can just make our way up the stairs and out onto the balcony, and we can then line up our shot with our propane cylinder. And as you can see, we have once again just missed our target, so we'll wait for him to return, and then we will detonate the propane cylinder, destroying the SUV in the process. So one more target to go, and we are now going to make our way down the stairs and back out into the rear garden area. And again, we are going to go through the living room area to avoid any enforcers. There is one just to our left. And out here at the very back of the garden, just over by the greenhouse, we will encounter our final target. And he is not alone. So we're just going to make our way to the bird drinking table area here. And as you can see, our target is the gardener currently pruning the tree there. And we're just going to wait for him to pick up the rake. And at this point, he will have his back to us. We can pull out our Seeker 1 and we can make the maid sick. And when she wanders off after taking her time, feeling rather unwell, and the guard in the background is now moving away, we can pull out our lethal syringe, jab our final target in the back, and down he goes rather slowly and destroys that plant pot on the way. So all that's left for us to do is to make good our escape, and the nearest available safe exit will be the boat exit as long as we can get the keys. So we're going to move behind the greenhouse, grab the crowbar, and as long as the patrolling guard isn't present, we can bust open the doors, grab the boat keys, and make a beeline for the boat exit. And luckily enough, we have got here without any problems. So there we go, one more trending contract taken care of, and we get confirmation all of our targets were eliminated according to plan, which will gain us our Silent Assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.